Hello, everyone. So, today I'm going to speak a little bit about rest as an act of rebellion because in today's day and age, rest really is an act of rebellion where, in ancestral times, in the good old days, it was just a very natural, normal part of life. So, yeah. And I'm in the most perfect place to talk about rest, which is the forest, which I believe is called forest for a reason, for rest, because in ancient times our ancestors probably would have gone to the forest for rest and for shelter. So I'm at this lovely spot, which is also a river spot. And yeah, this place is really magical. It's like a little witch's den. So I love coming here. Anyway, why is rest an act of rebellion in this day and age? Well, essentially, we live in a patriarchal um, paradigm, everything that's been created, our working hours, our lifestyles are created and made to fit the body of a man, solar energy, 24-hour cycle. They're not made to work with the woman's body, which is just such an abomination of nature because Mother Earth is obviously a woman. Mother, feminine energy, right? So, yeah, just getting distracted by how beautiful the trees are, so I'm going to try and focus on the screen now. But essentially, our bodies were, never created to fit into that paradigm, that fast pace energy, and to be on solar energy all the time, constantly doing and actioning and preparing. And the reason why I've called my business The Resting Witch is because I feel for me, rest has been, learning how to rest was the biggest part of my journey um, so far. And it's what I then teach clients how to do, which Reiki is a huge, powerful tool for, which I'll be speaking more about next week. Exciting things to come next week that I will announce soon. But yeah, so really when we rest, it is an act of rebellion because we are saying no to that um like addictive hamster wheel energy that people get caught up in. And why so many women are disconnected from their femininity because we live in this patriarchal realm that's tried to, well, the thing is it's not actually a patriarchal realm. It's a very feminine realm, but unfortunately the world leaders that tend to, govern us and our system and society are mostly all males. So it's like we have to conform to that, right? But the thing is, we actually don't. And we can create our own lifestyle and to choose to rest when our body asks so that we don't have to wait until our body screams at us to rest. And we see this a lot when people finally stop. Maybe it's retirement or maybe they get sick and they have to stop, and there's so much anger and angst and unsettled energy in the mind because the body is not used to and the mind is not used to actually carving out time for rest. So then when it actually comes to resting and having to stop, it feels very uncomfortable. And it doesn't need to feel uncomfortable, and it shouldn't feel uncomfortable. And that's not judgment of anyone that finds it uncomfortable at all. I have huge compassion, um, because I know how hard it can be. And for me, I struggled for years with chronic pain and fatigue and constantly just trying to stay on top and keep pushing and keep creating. And then eventually it was just like, the crumbling, the tower card happened and it had to all crumble and be burnt down so that I could create a new life. Itchy nose. Um and that new life requires me to honor my rest time. So, yeah, asking yourself when you rest, how do you feel? Because a lot of people associate guilt with rest, or if they get sick or something. Okay, I don't know what just flew past me. It looked like a white feather, but it's not there anymore. That was weird. Um, the veil feels very thin today. October vibes. Anyway, getting distracted again. Yeah, like, do you feel guilty when you rest? And how can you, like, kind of cultivate more peace and set the intention when you're resting of, I'm going to rest, I'm going to let myself rest, I give myself permission to rest. Whenever you feel like there's energy that's stuck in your body and it's not moving through, say to your body, I give myself permission. So that might be, I give myself permission to cry, I give myself permission to rest. Like, see when people, like, can't, like, if you try and program your mind to say, oh, I'm not tired, but you are tired, you're just neglecting your body. Like, honor that you're tired, honor what you feel, and give yourself rest if you need rest. It's not about resting all the time or being lazy or unproductive. That's clearly not the point, you know. It's about finding a balance within your life that works for you. We're all different, we all have different bodies. Some bodies are going to need more rest than other bodies. For some bodies, resting means literally doing nothing and lying on a bed, maybe listening to some flute music or meditation music, and just letting yourself really deeply, truly rest without any substances, without the TV on. Like, that's not really resting if you still have stimulation. So, learning how to rest and how you want to rest is a switchy, an important part of your ability to show love to your body. So yeah, I hope that helps. And nature is a huge um just medicine. It's just the most powerful medicine for us to also help us cultivate rest. So, you know, some people love to be outside and camping and stuff. Maybe you want to just go have a sleepover in nature somewhere and that's your rest time, you know, totally away from civilized life and distractions and noise and all the stuff of the modern world. So, yeah, I hope that helps. And if you're wondering what this white stuff is on my skin's quite flared up today. So it's Sudocreme. This is the authenticity challenge, am I right? So that's my little message today, and I hope it helps some people.